Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you two selections for tomorrow's racing. And before we get into them, I quickly just want to reflect on how our tips performed today. In the end, it was a frustrating day as we had no winners. We had 2 seconds. My nap, Seymour Lights, ran okay at air. He was actually quite weak in the betting, but he still ran a perfectly respectable race. But he just bumped into Ardira Cross on a going day. He's a bit of a course specialist, Ardira Cross, and in the end, he was just able to capitalise and get back to winning ways. So that was a little bit frustrating there, but no complaints about the ride and the performance of the horse. Same can be applied to Frenchy Du Large at Lingfield. Again, was a horse that jumped well, travelled quite well, but in the end he just bumped into Not the Chains, who's been a very progressive horse for Gary Moore and just keeps going up the handicap. And you have to say it's a very interesting one moving forward. That was a little bit frustrating there, but Frenchy Du Large did nothing wrong. The horse that maybe you could say that was disappointing was Eclair de Guy. He was outpaced at a crucial point. I thought he was going okay at one point, but then Bryony Frost was getting a little bit more serious in the saddle. She ended up losing her saddle. Maybe that was something that occurred earlier on. Who knows? But the evidence suggests that you saw the effects of it anyway, with a few fences left to go. But who knows? Maybe she felt that there was an issue earlier on, and maybe that's why she didn't completely throw the kitchen sink at it. But yeah, maybe I'm just nitpicking there. But yeah, that was disappointing. But yeah, on the whole, it has been a disappointing day. But hopefully, it's just a blip and we can get back amongst the winners for you tomorrow. Now, like I said at the top of the video, I've got two selections for you for tomorrow's racing. And we're going to be going to Wetherby for the first one of them, where we're going to be going with my nap. It runs in the 205. It's a feature race on the card, but I thought this could be the time to be siding with Shannon Bridge for Harry and Dan Skelton. Currently available with most firms at 9 to 2. I'm going to recommend a 1 point win bet here. Now, I think this horse hinted last time out that he's coming into a little bit of form. He finished third over this course and distance behind Half a Piece and Ballyandy. Ballyandy, obviously, we know is a class performer on his day, and subsequently he's gone on to boost the form by winning a race at Fakenham. Also, as well, the winner Half a Piece. He's a bit of a course and distance specialist at Wetherby, so that was no mean feat there. And he's now down to a mark of 129. Shannon Reggie was raised, or he was dropped, I should say, £1 for that run, and which is now in effect £4 lower than his last winning mark, which came at Ascot at this time last year in heavy ground. So he's now £4 below his last winning mark. He'll be suited by conditions tomorrow, and he'll probably be ridden quite handily, which has actually been tending to favour runners at Wetherby this season. Not too many horses have been coming from well back of the pace. You need to be in a good position, and the fact that he likes to be ridden prominently, there's not too much pace in the race, I think will really suit him, and he'll make it into a test of stamina over the trip. I can see the case for Up for Parole. That form of the Lanzarote looks good, but I'm not sure if he's got too much in hand off his current mark. And I just think Shannon Bridge, I think this could be his day of the season. The blinkers are on. He seems to react well to them. Harry Skelton's back on. He's well handicapped, a previous course and distance winner. A lot in his favour tomorrow, I think, to run a big race. And I think at 9-2 there, he's been maybe slightly overlooked by the market. And it'd be interesting to see how it does react come the day. But Shannon Bridge, he's going to be my nap, and I'm hoping for a big run, and I'm hoping he can build on his latest third over this course and distance. We then go to the next best, which runs in the 3:05 at Hereford, and I'm going to go here with Southern Sam for Harry Bannister and Richard Bandy. Currently available at 9 to 4 with most firms. I'm going to recommend a 1 point win bet here. Now, this horse I thought shaped okay on his return from a long absence when he finished third at Foss last. He ran well for a long way, but in the end he just had a target on his back, and he was headed in the closing stages of the race, but he still ran well. He's been untouched. He runs off the same mark, and the form doesn't look too bad either. The fifth place horse in that race was a horse of David Pipes called El Paso Wood, and he went on to win the Somerset National. So I don't think it was a bad race at all. He's been given a couple of months off. Now, some people might say, why hasn't he not been seen since? But sometimes when you get these horses and they've not been seen for a while, if you run them in quick succession, you can sometimes get what they call the bounce factor. So maybe just giving him a little bit extra time off to come back might just see him to good effect. Now, if you go back through Southern Sam form, this is where you get to see the argument of why he probably will be quite a popular horse tomorrow. He's off a mark of 122, but like I say, if you go back through some of his form, he finished third on his chase debut at Exeter behind Not a Chance, who went on to win the classic chase at Warwick and has got some really decent progressive form to his name. He also as well won a decent race at Bangor on D. He's miles ahead of that, or he's now miles ahead of the 120 mark now. Also as well, if you go back through some of his form, he finished 5th in the EBF final, which is always a decent race at Sandown, behind the likes of Third Wind. You had Mill Green in there, one for Rosie. It was a good race that worked out quite well. And yeah, in this field, I think he's got a good chance tomorrow. He's very unexposed over fences. He's pretty versatile when it comes to ground. I think it's interesting that they keep him in training. Also, as well, Richard Bandy's done pretty well with a couple of these horses, in particularly regards to St. Palais. So there's a lot of pointing tomorrow for a big run for Southern Sam. I don't think this is a particularly strong race. I think it's actually slightly weaker than the race that he ran in at Voss last time. So taking that all in consideration, I think he's got solid credentials. And if the market does speak in favour of him tomorrow, normally when the money's down for these connections, it often means that they're expecting a good run. And for me, I think he's got plenty in his favour, and that's why he's going to be my next best of the day. So they're the two selections then for tomorrow's racing. Let me know in the comments box what you'll be selecting tomorrow. Also as well, if you're enjoying these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to my YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's the best place to do so on social media. My handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, my website is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners for you tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.